way that is really constructive. It's not as if like Uhtred is a destructive person. He has some destructive tendencies that are to the detriment of his like circumstance, but he still gets the chance to like learn and grow from his failures. From like the guy we met in episode 2 of the very first season, he has grown a lot
Oh
through all
yeah,
the failures that he's gone through in this final movie.
and that's what I love about his story arc, because he starts out as like this young, rambunctious, uh, kind of thirsty for
Yep.
power, and you see just so much growth and change through every season, where even if he makes decisions that I don't agree with, it's always because he's trying to do the right thing. In the later seasons, in the earlier seasons, he's motivated by like greed and lust and power and revenge. But as the story goes on, you see him get more and more, uh, becomes more and more of a leader. But that oath to his word was always there, and that was something that I always really respected about that character. And so it made it where even when he's stripped of things, you talk about the kings take things from him, different groups of people, they abandon him, his loved ones die, his friends are gone, all those things that happened to him, he still always had his honor, and it
Mm-hmm.
always drew people to him. And I think it speaks loudly of like people gravitate towards people who are trustworthy, who what they say is what happens, because as a viewer, there's so many times where I'm like, oh, if Uhtred would just do this or kill this person or like take this choice, it would have been so much easier for him. But that's not who his character is, and that's not who he is as a person, even as a Dane Saxon. And so I think that dynamic, it isn't inspiring to us. I have no desire to be on a battlefield or anything like that,
Yeah, yeah.
but just that what we say matters, how we treat people, it matters. It doesn't cost anything to be kind to people, to respect people. That's one of the biggest things. Uhtred, he denies the Christian God several times, especially in the last few seasons. Very clear where his stance is on his personal faith, destiny. But he still respects other people and what they
Yep.
want to
Well,
do.
that's a kind of a key point in this movie when they talk about Northumbria and Bebbanburg, of like, hey, you can't just come here and preach one thing or the other, because there are people that disagree. There are other people that absolutely agree with you,
Yeah,
but they respect other people in their town, and so there is something to be said about the respect that in the first one and second season, Uhtred's a little more cavalier. He's like, look, it's this, it's that. He ends up killing a priest, which is kind of an accident, but he didn't think about like if I hit somebody, it could kill them.
especially like this cripple, like
Yeah.
little
So,
person.
but he realized like, oh, this is a bad thing, and now here we are, many years later. He's learned, he's grown, he's become a wiser statesman, and I hope that the fortunate thing we don't have to go to battle to learn these
Yeah,
lessons. But I hope that people can at least see the like literary metaphors of like learning from your mistakes, becoming better and growing from them. Because in this movie, you will appreciate it so much more having watched the show, because you see where moments from season 3 or season 1, season 2, season 4 are now paying off because he's learned those lessons, in battle, but also in like the strategic nature of being a lord in this world. So I really like that aspect of the story.